Hello everybody and welcome back to the Spenowaffle YouTube channel. It's been a while, but I think it's going to be worth the wait because I have got an absolutely fantastic video to share with you. Now you'll notice I'm wearing this t-shirt here. It is from the Wheatlow Craft Brewery and this is Gulu. Here, and this is basically the name of one of the beers that we're going to be talking about. So me and Janie went over to Wheatlow Craft Brewery. We had a fantastic night. Well, I say we had a fantastic night. Poor Janie had been on a hen do the night before. She was very tired and sort of too much drink, too much food. Bless her, she still drove me over there and back so I could experience this fantastic brewery. So anyway, I'm not going to talk too much now. Sit back, enjoy, and grab yourself a beer, and listen to me and Richard, the head brewer, the main brewer, the master brewer as I call him, talk about his beers that he's brewed. Been there, got the t-shirt, absolutely fantastic. Cheers everybody. Watch this, it's pretty good. So just to add as well, I would really appreciate it if you head over to Wheatlow Craft Brewery's YouTube page as well. I'll put the link in the description and check out his videos. He has also recorded us doing the tasting, so it will be on his channel as well. And also please specifically, it's so amazing, watch his video about him making his own union set. He's made a Burton union set. It's a fascinating video and I don't think anybody in the world has done that. I mean, you know, there's the working one that's at Thornbridge. I think there's one over at a Scottish brewery as well, when they sort of like gave it away. And then the other one is like a miniature version of it at Wheatlow Brewery. It's fascinating. It's fascinating to watch, and go and check that video out. Anyway, please stick around and enjoy this video. It was absolutely amazing making it, tasting all the beers. I hope you enjoy it. And sorry about my husky voice. A nice tired the day after the night before, 7:30 in the morning. Fantastic. Cheers, everybody. So Richard in the background, just pouring the tasters for us before we start filming. Very busy place, really is, and so good beer. Although like I'm really tired, so I stayed up too late last night.
All right.
No matter. I'm in thirds.
All right, Lee. Welcome to Wheatlow Brewery.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and thanks for driving over from Leicester on a Friday evening traffic job.
It weren't too bad actually, to be fair. I mean, on the way back, I don't think I really noticed much of the traffic because my long-suffering wife will be taking me home, bless her.
Well, at least you won't be reversing all the way home then. So I've got you a little warm-up cricket bat here.
Yeah.
Because I know that you're desperate to taste the Jaipur, or the Jaipur as I call it. But just to get you in the mood, we've got a cricket bat, and from this end we've got it's labelled up, that's Gulu, that's the 1971 Boddingtons. B is Earl, which is a golden citra ale. C is Tribune, and D is porter beer.
Oh, porter beer, yes. And you should be drinking porter beer in here.
Champagne only. So, should we have a go at the Gulu and you tell us what you think? You're the beer reviewer.
Well, I might be the beer reviewer, but you're the expert. You know exactly. But I'm not gonna lie, we've had a little sample of this before, haven't we? So, cheers, everybody.
A pre-warm-up.
Well, all I can say is I don't understand why a recipe that, I mean, this is from 1971, but it goes even further back than that, doesn't it, Boddington's? I don't understand why something so lovely and delicious like this changes and ends up in tins.
It's become a bit of a mission for me to find a beer that's been ruined, discontinued, forgotten, or or disappear completely, and try and recapture what it was in its heyday. And well, hopefully, I mean, it's always a hard thing to get people to remember what a beer was like 30, 40 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think I've ever had Boddingtons other than in cans, but even years and years ago when I was sort of like 18, 19, I think it was still better than what it is now. But this, what I love about this is the lingering finish that is left on this beer. It's just got like a very subtle, nice bitterness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creamy. It's got there's that sort of middle taste to it, isn't there? Is there that like, you know, that like sulphur taste that you speak about? It's got a really upfront creaminess, refreshing. Then it has that sort of like, as it settles down on your palate, that little almost spicy sulphur hit, and then you get that real nice lingering, just, you don't even have to, you can put this down and I would say for 15 minutes you'd still be having that pleasure of that beer.
It's got lingering, got that flinty dryness, and which makes you go back in for more, and it's got the a sort of florally bit at the end, doesn't it?
I mean the floralness is very subtle,
very subtle.
Yeah. But it's one of those that I reckon if I could literally drink that all night because it's so lovely. What ABV is this?
It's about 3.9. It's exactly what it's designed for, to literally just go and have a gallon of ale just on this, and then be compos mentis or reasonably compos mentis afterwards.
And you've told me as well that you use a different sprinkler for this, don't you?
Yeah, a sparkler that's got smaller holes in it. It's not vastly different, but it just helps to get the creamy head.
You can see, I always do this. So when you spin it around, I always look at how look how them fine bubbles are chasing up the. It's just like, never loses the head, never loses the appeal. If I speak to my mate and I says to him, I've been drinking Boddingtons last night, he'd laugh at me. But if I told him I was drinking it here to an original recipe.
And do you remember it being on cask in your area?
I have never ever had it on cask.
We used to get it on cask occasionally around here. Obviously Manchester, I'm sure you could get it everywhere and back in the day, but when it was on cask, even in the 90s, it was great, but the cream flow thing just killed it.
Yeah.
It went all obsessed with cream flow, and then when cream flow died, it took the beer with it, really, didn't it? And the can that you can buy now, I mean, I don't really like saying anything negative about beer. It never normally crosses my mind, but that's not necessary to rush out and buy that one anyway, I would say.
I might just, for sort of research, try and get hold of the can. I think it's still available, isn't it?
I've got one.
Oh, have you?
If you want to test it, compare it, I can open one up.
Really? Yeah, go on then.
I won't force you to drink it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if you're watching this thinking to yourself, Boddingtons, what are you talking about? You've got to remember that it's been ruined. It's like a lot of beer gets ruined over the years, and honestly, I can tell you that now, if I went into a pub and I seen Boddingtons on and I had it and it was that, I could quite easily drink that all night long. It is absolutely lovely, and when it's brewed by somebody like Richard, who's absolute passionate about getting everything absolutely perfect and right, and we're going to see right now what the state of what Boddington's turned into with this Boddington.
I did slip up by not doing this to start with, didn't I? So I had to re-pour the...
To be honest with you, it's I think it's a better thing to do, to sort of like have the good stuff before the bad stuff, because the good stuff's always going to be better after the bad stuff, isn't it?
Well,
I want to see just how bad this is.
It's still got a widget in it, it's still nitro pour, but for some reason, well, we know the reason, because the beer duty laws changed. They've changed it to 3.4%.
Yeah.
You pour your own. You've got a special technique, but I can't get it.
Oh, I don't know whether I've got a special technique. I mean, considering that's got a widget in, that looks flattened. That looks, oh my God.
That doesn't look great, does it?
No.
I mean, it used to pour all right.
Have you poured? That's another one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a new one.
Whoa,
So
what's going on with the colour of that?
So the colour is, let's say, a bit paler. And anecdotally, people say Boddington's has got darker over the years. So
is that because they've just put like rubbish ingredients in it to try flavourings and?
If you smell it, I mean, how could you describe that smell to people?
It smells. Oh, it's
It smells like beer off a metal machine.
It's definitely metallic, and I have watched the video, and I have seen you quote metallic, but okay, cheers. Oh, sorry, cheers. What is that?
It's unbelievable. I can't believe you're talking about one of the biggest beer companies in the world, AB InBev.
Yeah.
Massive, successful company. I think 6 of the top 10 beers in the world are made by this company. And what have they done to this?
God. Smooth and creamy? That isn't smooth and creamy at all.
The only thing that's correct is it's clear.
Do you know what? That tastes like a sweet. It tastes like a sweet version of the beer, if you know what I mean. It doesn't taste like a beer at all, that doesn't to me. That tastes like...
You could even say it was like an alcohol-free, that funny taste you get, an old-fashioned one, like a Beck's Blue, or... Well, they're not that bad, are they? But what were some of the like Caliber or something like that? They were awful.
That, you have hit the nail on the head. That has that unnatural sweetness taste about it, where I've drank many alcohol-free beers. I've got to be honest with you, the only alcohol-free beers I've actually drank that I think are pretty good is from Inebeszki, Polish brewery that has sent us a load of beer over, although that's a different story. But that's, I'll tell you what, that's the difference between the gravy that your mum makes you and instant gravy.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
That is terrible.
It's not drinkable, is it?
It
really?
isn't. Oh. What on earth is going on there? Where's the cream? Let's try and make this creamy. Where's the cream in that?
What's the widget doing? I mean, it's
making a noise. That's about it.
And I said on my other video, didn't I? It tastes like it's a 10-year-old can.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like it rises up nice, and the carbonation does look quite nice in that as it goes up, and. It looks more like a blooming lager. It doesn't look.
I don't think I'm going to bother with it. Stick to the Gulu.
Oh. That is absolutely awful, and I don't like you say. I don't like. If I drink a beer and I think it's awful, I'll never review it. Oh my God. You can't even, it's not the same beer.
No.
Not at all. Wow.
And the trouble is...
Oh, that's even got a little slight nutty taste in that. I'll tell you what, before you come to Wheatlow Brewery, grab yourself a can of that, drink that, and then come and drink this. The real stuff. I love the fact that has now allowed me to get that little nutty taste out of that.
Yeah.
Where's that coming from? Is that?
It's like the inside of an almond or something, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I never got that before.
I never thought of that until you mentioned it. I never think of myself as someone that's an expert beer taster, and I'm trying to learn about what the tastes are and so on, but when somebody mentions a taste, you can often say, oh yeah, I can taste that, can't you?
I never read a can. Well, sometimes I do, and I will admit I've read the can. But if the can says it tastes of this, that and the other, and I don't get that, I won't just say it tastes of this, that and the other. It tastes of what it tastes like. Everybody's taste buds are different. It's like brew a bit, Rick.
Yeah.
I love it when he does a beer review, because I think, well, you know what you're talking about brewing the beer, so if you know what's in it, you know what to expect from it. So if he doesn't get it, like you, it almost makes it a better review because you know what you should be getting from them ingredients. So yeah, that has definitely got that. I didn't realise what nut it was, but it's definitely got like that smooth almond taste, yeah.
It's, well, should we have to go on to the next one, sadly, now, won't we? And this is called Earl, and it's based on, it's an emulation of the Scottish beer Jarl, which is by Fine Ales, and it's a lovely golden session ale. It's about 4%. And it's 100% Citra hops, but there's two key differences or things that make this beer different. One is that the water profile is favouring chlorides over sulphate, which softens the hops, and you don't get that harsh Citra hoppiness like you might do with Oakham Citra or Proper Job or something like that, which some people like, but some people find that too harsh. And this is a much softer, smoother, again, easy drinking session ale.
And like I said to Richard, the Oakham Citra, years ago when I had that, it was almost like a sour to me. It was so powerful. It made me suck my cheeks in, and from that it was like, oh, I don't like the Citra hop, I don't. And then there's been certain breweries that have done sort of like hooked on Citra and things like that, and which I've liked when they've done the beer with some oats in it and made it a bit smoother and that. But this, when you talk about the water softening the hops, I've got to say, and I'm not just saying it because I'm here to be honest, this is one of the best Citra beers I've ever tasted. It is.
The other, I said there were two things. One's the water profile, and the other is that there's a massive Citra addition in an 80-degree whirlpool, which again, it doesn't extract so much bitterness, but it extracts the Citra flavours and the flavours of the hop in a quite a delicate way.
Wow.
So, whereas Boddington's a really cheap beer to make, has hardly any hops in it, this one has an absolute load of hops in, because you're using them in a way that's toning them down, both in terms of the 80-degree whirlpool and the water profile, but you're getting subtleties and softness and deliciousness.
Oh, I mean, you might be watching and thinking you've only had a little sip of this, but I've tried this earlier on, but it's just amazing. There's such a Moorishness about. What malts have you used in this?
This is just, I think, extra pale. Just extra pale, 100%, not quite 100% because it's got torrefied wheat in it as well.
Oh, that's
for the head retention.
Yeah, and the beer smooth.
Which is normally quite good on it. These have been sitting for a while now.
Even though they've been sat for a while, whenever I have a taster, once they've been sat for 10 minutes, the heads are gone, but look, they're still there.
I don't think you'll ever get rid of the head off that porter. I think that'll come out the next day.
Oh my God, that just looks amazing. That is so Moorish and delicate. You almost feel like the flavour's not coming from the hop. You feel like it's a more malt. It's like almost malty.
It's
honey-like.
Got the honey sweetness from the malt. But you could do an experiment with it and try and use a richer malt to try and give you, something like Golden Promise or even Maris Otter. But with extra pale, it's letting the hops shine really, keeping the malt in the background.
It's absolutely incredible.
So next we've got Tribune. So this is a tribute to Tribute.
Now I've got to admit, I've not had a Tribute for a long while, so I've almost forgotten about the flavour of that. I know it's a really nice beer and it's a favourite as well. If you go to supermarket and you're looking at them, like Morrison's always have a lot of the more traditional sort of beers and things, and Tribute's always one of those that you'll pick out. And St Austell's Brewery is just fantastic anyway.
Yeah, and it's one of the top cask ales, I think, in the UK. This has been around for a while, I must admit. It's probably not as vibrant as it was when it was new.
You sent me a little beer menu today, didn't you, about what's on it, and you sort of like, your description is so humble. It's so humble. You're 30 years into this, or over 30 years into this brewery, and you're trying to brew beers like basically like the big guys do, but honestly, like you're nailing it, in my opinion.
Well, I think when you start brewing, you get your recipe book and you pick out a beer that perhaps you like, and you try and brew it, and you're trying to emulate the beer. Now the goal isn't actually to produce the beer exactly the same. The goal is to learn about that particular style of beer, and then you can tweak things and perfect them and improve it. I mean, this recipe's come from the malt miller, and on their YouTube videos they're absolutely brilliant. They went all around St Austell, really thorough detail about all the process and ingredients and everything. And it is, when it's fresh, and this is I've had this in the cellar a while. It's got a lovely orangey note to it from the Willamette hops.
So I get a little bit more of the hello, more of the floral, a bit of floraliness out of here. And orange is something I normally really pick up on.
I'm not getting it today.
I'm not getting a lot of orange, but
I think this one was. I would say that that's only 80% of its performance level.
But it is still, because the thing is, Tribune's, what's that, about 4.2?
4.3,
something like that. So it's quite a light beer anyway. It's funny when you taste beers one after the other. Each
does
one
influence it. We should have some crackers.
It's dry as well.
Glass of water.
It's like these are like my videos normally like waffle on forever. So the cracker will be like.
Maybe if you tried to eat 5 crackers in a minute, your viewers would get a bit of peace.
That went down very quickly.
When it's on form, this is delicious. And I once had a cask on that was really bang on form, and a chap happened to be here with one of my neighbours from Cornwall, and he thought it was absolutely amazing.
I can really start to, now I've drank that, I can sort of start to remember what I should have done before coming in, because I didn't know what we were going to be tasting. I should have had a bottle of Tribute to do it.
I've probably got one.
But
we'll never make it to the Jaipur this week.
But it does it's quite on the pale side, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite pale. It's the colour's pretty accurate. It's pretty clear now, look.
Yeah. I tell you, it's still bloody good though. Still bloody good. But I don't think Tribute is one of those sort of like real it's just a nice, easy drinking.
Yeah, that's what I would say. It's there's beers that have an emphasis on hop, and there's beers that have an emphasis on malt. And now, often drinkers like a malty beer or they like a hoppy beer, and so therefore they don't like the other type of beer. But there's few beers around that fill the middle gap. London Pride, I think, is one of them. I think your hoppy people and your malty people like that. Tribute's definitely one.
Yeah.
And also, what's the other one I was thinking of that fills that gap? I can't remember. But if you can get a beer that's appealing to everyone, that's got to be good for business, isn't it?
I always talk about seesaw. Well, I don't always. I'm not talking for long. You've either got like the malt forward or the hops, and then you get them beers that are like that right balance where you got 2 equal people on the seesaw. That's exactly that. You can't really pick out any malt flavours or hop flavours. Right? It's just a balanced beer. It's all in there. It's all mixed up, and it's just it went down like a bloody lead balloon. That didn't it? That was this. So we're ramping up the game now, aren't we?
This is what's called a robust porter, and that is a concept from the USA. So porter, of course, is a London thing. In the old days in London, or for a time, sort of 1750s and around that time, porter became big thing in London. It dominated, in fact in Britain it dominated the whole beer scene. Most beer would be porter. Anyway, this is, and in those days it would have been quite strong, 5.5% or something, but this is a more modern American style. It is strongish, I think it's about 5.5, and but it's also heavily hopped with Chinook hops, but not American Chinook hops, UK Chinook hops. So Chinook is one of the original C hops from America. Big, citrusy, grapefruity, piney flavours, and when you grow it in Britain, all that's toned down a bit because of our terroir.
What?
The ground they grow it in, like.
Oh right, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And
it smells absolutely incredible.
So anyway, I should really go and get you a knife and fork for this.
Well, I was just looking at the head. You can almost see it's still living. It's almost like still breathing, isn't it? You know, like it just looks like the Union system where the yeast is. The head is like just part of that living organism. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it just looks nice. Right, here we go.
It's a monstrous, massive beer.
You're a genius. This is your own beer, isn't it?
No, this is. I can't take the credit for this recipe.
Oh my
This
God.
is from Rob Neal at the Malt Miller. So now he says
that's smoky as well, a bit smoky.
Yeah, he says it's his favourite porter, and he must like some fair dark stuff. So well, go on. What do you think it tastes like?
Right, so. That's drinking beer in a smoky room. That's like cigar-y, tobacco-y.
Yeah, it's definitely tobacco.
Oh, God, that is absolutely amazing. I don't want to swear, but that's fucking amazing.
I think it's like, you know when you get a licorice, like a stick of licorice?
The real licorice.
Imagine if you'd stored that in a humidor with cigars overnight, and it'd absorb cigar taste, and then you'd chew it. Licorice hit, massive. Do
you know when when we talked about the almonds earlier on, and you went, it's not until someone makes the suggestion. Like, I used to love.
Hello.
First time.
How are you? All right. Good to see you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome. Which one are you on?
I don't know.
You've got to try them all. You'll be all right on pints. There's 11 of them. I'll come find you in a minute, just recording a video.
All these? They're on tap?
We're just recording a video. I'll come catch up with you in a minute.
You'll be famous tomorrow.
Yeah, it's live streaming across the world.
I know, yeah. It's like GMTV on steroids.
Yeah.
So it's not until you said licorice that then it snapped in my brain.
Yeah.
I remember years and years ago, I love licorice, but remember the little tins where you got the pellets? I don't know whether you...
I don't remember that, no.
I'm probably a bit older than you, mate. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that, I just don't... I never used to like licorice.
Oh, I look older than you. But yeah, so I love licorice, but you know, like the licorice all sorts, or the Bassett's licorice, it's like sweet licorice, but I like that nice bitter.
Yeah, that's what this is, isn't it? The bitter. That's what I said about the stick, the root, or whatever it is.
And that is literally lovely and dry on your tongue, and it's.
And if it was the American hops, I think it would go probably more citrusy, more grapefruity, but it doesn't really need that, does it?
No.
It's got a deep, long-lasting bitterness that stays in your mouth.
I mentioned to you today, didn't I? You've got a West Coast IPA, and I've noticed it said IBU's 95. I was like, my goodness me. I mean, a West Coast, it doesn't want to be all like hit you in the face bitterness with no balanced flavours or anything. But I just thought, oh wow, if you could get like a really highly bittered West Coast IPA that then mellows down into the sweetness and the malts and everything else, But you said the computer had fired that out, didn't it?
Yeah, well, we'll try it in a minute and you can tell me if your seesaw's in order.
Oh, that's dry, smoky, bitter. That is a sort of beer where you drink it together and you start forgetting about what you talked about the day after. It's chill out by the fire on a winter's day.
You need a fire with it, don't you?
Yeah.
You just really do.
Good God.
It's got to have the crackling of a fire in the background, but it's a hell of a beer.
Oh, it's 5.6%, isn't it, this one?
I think so, yeah, roughly. I knew that Speno was coming today, so I thought I wanted to open as many casks or as many beers as possible so I could taste them. But then I thought, well, better invite some people to drink them, neighbours and friends, because otherwise, you know, we've got to drink the casks. So that's why there's perhaps a bit of background noise, but hopefully you can see and hear the froth in between the background noise.
But it's great because it gives a little bit, it gives that lovely atmosphere, you know. It's always nice to watch a video with a bit of atmosphere, and the atmosphere in here is fantastic. Everybody's loving it in here. You know, you're the best neighbour in the world. Like, you just need to move to Wixton in Leicester.
So what we can, shall we move on now to the Jaipur?
Oh yeah.
And what size vessel would you like?
Oh God, I'm a bit frightened. Shall we have a pint of it? No. Let's have a half a pint.
Shall we have a half?
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, good God, that is. And you know what the funny thing is? That horrible can of Boddington is still sitting there with a head.
I'm not going to drink it.
No, I ain't neither.
It's a waste of beer capacity.
That's one for the flowers. So,
Alright.
just why Richard goes off there to sort out his version of the Jaipur. That porter
is
just
Jaipur
sitting
now.
here, lingering, doing its thing. It's everything about a beer that I love. It's the sort of beer that, like, you just put it down, reflect of what you drank, stare into the stars at night, put another log on the fire, and then go and grab another one because it's making you salivate and it's making you want more. That is just absolutely outrageously good. I can't even tell you. That reminds me a little bit when because we're going to the Shalankala Brewery in September, and their original smoked beer is absolutely fantastic, but it's sort of like, it's got like a nice Moorish sweetness about it, whereas the porter that I've just drank here with Richard is right up my street. It is giving me everything that I love in a beer, and it's absolutely amazing. So this is what I've been really excited about, and I need to literally like saliva what is that? Is that your version?
So I've downgraded you to a third of the cask version. So if you move that over there. So what we've got as well, we can do 4 Jaipurs in one. So we've got, first of all, real Jaipur, bottle conditioned. Then we've got real Jaipur from the Union set. Then we've got Wheatlow Jaipur from the Union set, bottle conditioned. And then we've got cask Jaipur from the Union set, handcrafted on the premises. So,
and not only that, like, so I'm going to send this video to Richard. He's videoing it as well. That's why we're all like teched up like RoboCops here. But seriously, please, if you're watching it on the Spenowaffle YouTube channel, please watch Richard's Union set video. It's fascinating. He's a genius. Who in the world can build a union system like this man? It's absolute genius. I've got to say, this Jaipur from the cask, is this on a hand pull or you've done
on a hand pull? Yeah.
I'm looking at this and it's it's amazing me because the quality of that beer is just absolutely stunning. Hope you're remembering what you're pouring in. So these flights here, they're a 4 flight, not a 3 flight, and it's got Wheatlow on it as well. I love the fact that you've done your own label as well. Jaipur. I also love the fact that Thornbridge, who everybody knows is one of my favourite brewery, have released their recipe so other people can brew it. And the malt miller, they're great guys, isn't they?
Yeah, great, yeah.
You know, beer for everybody. But the thing is, you can't just. If I was to grab the ingredients to brew Jaipur,
which you can on the Malt Miller website.
You can, and I could even use the pinter as a fermenter because everybody's raving about the pinter, like an all-grain brew. Ferment it in the pinter. It's a very good thing actually. But I would never ever, because I just use tap water or some bottled water. Or I think it's all about the water. The water is the key. I'm so excited about this. I can't tell you.
This is a Jaipur extravaganza. So we've got cricket bats.
Wow, look at that.
And here is real Jaipur, bottle conditioned from the brewery. This one is Jaipur from Thornbridge, bottle conditioned but from the Union set. This one is my bottle conditioned, it's a bit young, a bit hazy. And this one is my cask Jaipur.
Gotta say, your bottle version and the cask look very good. Look really good.
Which end do you want to start? Real Jaipur?
Yeah, we know this really well. Oh, I mean, and to be honest with you, I think it's a great follow after the porter as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's such a. Lucky we've had a bit of a break whilst I poured them as well, because that porter, I think the taste's only just gone.
It's literally, just before I drank that, it was still there. Well, I mean, that's classic Jaipur, beautiful.
And it's bottle conditioned as well, so it's got something about it. It's pretty clear, but you can tell it's alive.
I love the grapefruit hitting that. For me, whenever there's any bitterness in a beer, well, in this type of style of beer, I always find back of the tongue, grapefruit, and it might change. It might be like a more of a gorange, like it might have a little bit more orangey grapefruity taste. But this, for me, this is pure. Pop a grapefruit in your mouth, you get that grapefruit bitterness. And then it comes through.
Never gives way to that thing where you pucker your mouth, does it?
No.
Because the malty sweetness just kicks in and balances it. It's a great beer. 20 years old is it this year? Is that right? 20?
Yeah.
A lot of people say this is one of the founding beers of the UK sort of craft beer revival.
Yeah. And it's one of those beers that I talk to Thornbridge a lot, and I'm quite friends with them, and I say to them all the time, never ever ever, no matter what happens, please don't change this. Don't lower the ABV. So many breweries have lowered the ABV. They have to do it through financial reasons, but just don't lower the ABV of this beer because it will take it away. It will. You need that strength to balance that bitterness, really.
It's a hell of a beer, and I remember the first time I ever had it. It was years ago, and I went into the Green Man down the road on Christmas Day at lunchtime. It was so busy, and I couldn't get to the bar, and loads of people I know in there, and they said, "What do you want?" And anyway, they passed a pint over, golden and delicious like this. And I said, "What is it?" And, "Oh, some kind of IPA." And I never did actually make it to the bar. It was that busy. And I think I had 5 or 6 pints at Christmas Day lunchtime, and I think I missed the Queen's speech.
Oh no, really? Yeah, but you can always, these days, you can always like record it and play it back, can't you?
Well, you couldn't in them days.
Well, that, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm going to...
Oh, you wound yours in.
It's just... That's gone down so well.
I could tell on your video when you did a Thornbridge thing the other day, you're really quite keen on Jaipur, aren't you?
I love Jaipur. It's just one of those... it's a classic IPA. It's just a classic. It's what an IPA is. I mean, this has got. I think it's about. Well, it's from your video with Thornbridge and with the malt there. I think it's 55 IBUs, which is. It's almost going past an IPA into the West Coast sort of side of IBUs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I would describe it as a West Coast IPA.
I think it is.
They say, I think on the labels, they say India Pale Ale, and they sort of claim it's English and that, which of course it is. But it's definitely, in my view, a West Coast IPA because it's got the grapefruity sea hops, and it's got that pithy grapefruit, if you like.
Yeah.
So this is the Union Set one now.
I've been drinking this.
We should have saved a bit of A, shouldn't we, to just have a comparative
Yeah,
set.
maybe.
But you can tell straight away. Subtle, but it's more gentle, isn't it?
It reminds me a bit of your Citra there.
Oh, it's softened.
This is softened the hit a bit. So the actual bitterness. So if you was having a pint now, it's almost like you've got halfway down your pint and then your pints change. It's definitely softened the bitter hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes it, because I've been drinking the Union Jaipur for a few weeks now, ready to come here and sample yours to really get that flavour into my palate. But I've not. I did a video where I A/B'd it against the normal one and this, but I've not really noticed it that much until now. This really has made the hops, the bitterness, and everything else moreish. It's still there.
It just softens it, knocks the edges off it.
But I know this sounds silly, and this is really going to be a little bit anal now, but I can almost tell the people who are drinking your Jaipur in here because of how the Jaipur laces the glass.
Mine isn't lacy.
Ah.
I must have had a bag of chips before.
It has this broken lacing, sort of like, you know how Guinness supposed to have this like step lacing?
Yeah.
Jaipur seems to have this one sit broken sort of lacing down the glass. Yeah, I noticed that. Oh my God. It's an amazing beer.
Yeah, it is an amazing beer. Great brewery, do loads of amazing beers, and obviously Jaipur's the flagship.
Yeah.
But it's on the doorstep here, really. It's just under an hour's drive
Is
from
it?
here. So if you, I called in the other day, and I just had Roz was with me, and she had 2 or 3 hours of one thing, but I just had an alcohol-free Green Mountain, absolutely amazing.
The Green Mountain alcohol-free is really, really good. It really is
It's
good.
one of the best. We've also had their other one.
They've done Jaipur.
Zero. What's it called? Their other.
I know they've done Jaipur.
05. 05.
Oh, I've not had that.
And that's good. But the Green Mountain alcohol-free is very good.
It is
if
very
you're driving or whatever.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm starting to feel it now, Richard.
Yeah, I'm feeling it definitely. So this I've opened one of our bottle conditioned ones. It's a bit early. It's only been in the bottle 10 days. It needs about 3 weeks to be ready. So got a touch of haze to it. And
You don't mind a bit of haze?
Perhaps just lacking a bit of condition.
Is this been brewed on the Union?
Yeah. So this
I can smell it the same as that.
It's exactly the same beer as the cask, the draft version. It's funny how the colour looks different just because of the clarity.
Yeah, because of the...
But it is the exact same beer.
So this is a clone of Jaipur from the Malt Miller's recipe. But like I say, I could not buy the Malt Miller's recipe and brew it, you've got to know how to condition the water. Their water's very soft over in where they are. Where God,
In Bakewell.
Bakewell, yeah, I always forget.
It will be soft, but when you're brewing a hoppy IPA, whether it's a Burton style or a Westie, you would normally add sulfates, gypsum, that kind of thing to the water to get the hops going. So
I'm almost too excited to put this in my mouth because it smells exactly the same as the Thornbridge Union Jaipur.
I think this is perhaps just going to improve in a couple of weeks. It's got a bit of a yeast taste to it because it's still a bit in suspension. Although I've seen you tip the dregs into your...
Always.
Really?
I think yeast is the... They always say, like, you know, pour it out gently, leave the yeast in the bottom. And I have done that. I have sort of like, and I think really what I need to do is get a little yeast glass to sort of like pour the beer as the brewery wants it poured, and then pour the rest in a little glass at the end.
I absolutely love the German Weissbier culture where you can go into any hotel bar or bar, and if they pour a Weissbier from a bottle, they'll pour it in and they'll leave that much in the bottom of the bottle, and then they'll let the main pour rest, a bit like a Guinness, and then they'll swirl the bottle like that and they'll tip all that yeast in. And on a Weissbier, it's absolutely the right thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. And I know it's a funny thing because, like, you know, it can probably like take away the clearness of the beer, and it can add something they probably don't want you to add in the beer. But I don't know. For me, it's just what I like to see the floaters go down, and the yeast, the floaters always end up at the at the bottom, and you've got to like swirl it round. But
so I'd say that
to be honest with you, that is even more softer, slightly softer than that. So you've got quite harsh, quite full-on grapefruit bitterness, everything about Jaipur. That softens it out, and then this has softened it out a little bit more.
Does, yeah. I would agree with that.
But my God, that is Jaipur.
Yeah, you can definitely say we're in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get a clone the same, exactly the same.
And I love how you do that. It's like when you've done your Guinness, is it Guinness?
Yeah.
You're not going, I can brew Guinness and I can do it exactly the same and whatever. You're saying, look, it's never going to be the same because of this factor and that factor. And I love that. I think it just makes it more appealing. There's so many people trying.
Slight chance that someone at Diageo knows a bit more about beer than I do.
I think, to be honest with you, like, what they do not give away to the home brewers is the yeast they use, and also they've got that 232 complete and utter, like they roast their barley, that complete and utter. Is it 232?
Yeah, and they roast the barley themselves, I think. But there's also a special technique. We'll talk about Guinness when we taste.
Okay, yeah.
But otherwise, they'll go on a real rabbit hole.
That is magical, though. That is, to be honest with you, if you poured me a Jaipur, if we were chatting away just normally, and you said, "Do you want a Jaipur Union?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then you said, "Do you want another one?" I'm like, "Yeah." I wouldn't go, "Hey, this is different." I'd think I was drinking the same beer.
So I'm excited to see what you think of the cask one.
Well, that's amazing. This has been sat here 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been here ages, hasn't it? Look at that. The head on that is amazing. When you think it's been sitting for that long.
I know. How many beers that are sitting for that long still hold that head retention? And
the smooth bubbles on top as well.
Yeah.
It tastes quite different. Gone softer again.
I tell you what, There's more of the citrusy, orangey.
This is original Jaipur. It's gone cloudy now because I've shaken the bottle up, but carbonation makes a difference. I'm amazed that tastes so different from the bottle.
Yeah, it does taste different from the bottle, doesn't it? But it's still Jaipur. And at the end of the day, like when you go, I mean, Witherspoons have like rolled out Jaipur throughout their whole like network, haven't they? And I've never had a Jaipur on hand pull before. And when I went there, I just thought it is totally different. It's so smoother, so softer. Look at the bloody head retention.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at the
amazing, isn't it?
lacing on that. That is, it's still Jaipur, but it's bringing out some of the malts.
Yeah, it is. I thought that. It's bringing the malts out. Well, there's only one malt in it.
That's amazing because so the beer you brewed on the Union set has gone into that bottle, and then it's also gone into cask.
Yeah, so we brewed it. We put it in a uni tank first for 12 hours to get it going. Put it in the Union set, and then put it back in a uni tank after about 4 days, and it mostly fermented. And then let it finish, and then added the dry hop. And then we put it all into casks, and then from a cask we've then bottle conditioned it.
I know that Jaipur tastes a completely different beer from the bottle than it does on the hand pull. You're not giving that bottle any air or anything else. Every single beer that we've tasted here is Jaipur, but in a different scenario.
A slight different twist on it. And this is what we learned. When I did my Boddington's video, we tasted the can, we tasted my draft, and then we did cream flow version as well. You wouldn't believe how different the cream flow version is. It's the same beer, out of the same batch, out of the same fermenter, and all you've done is treat it different at the end.
The thing is, with the Boddingtons, when we tasted the Boddingtons that you've done, the Gulu, got the t-shirt. I couldn't come here without the t-shirt. Of course I had to get the t-shirt. And then you tasted the can of Boddingtons. It's like two completely different beers. Whereas we've gone traditional Jaipur, Union set Jaipur in the bottle, Wheatlow Brewery bottle conditioned beer, and Jaipur on the cask. Every single beer along here is Jaipur. It's just completely different how it's poured, how it's served, how it's done, but all the flavours are still there. That has still got all the flavours. It's just, I think I'm getting more, look, the malts are shining through on that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Bloody lovely though, my goodness me.
You wouldn't refuse any of them, would you?
No. In fact, I reckon.
Should we have a refresh?
Yeah, a little refresh, because I want to just have a little bit, it's amazing. An iconic beer, celebrating 20 years, and it's here at Wheatlow Brewery. You know, he's got his label. And he's built a Union set. Honestly, I'm absolutely, I feel honoured, privileged to be sat here and drinking with Richard. But when you're tasting all these different beers, your palate is being just like bombarded with all different flavours and things. And I can't believe that a beer that is so recognisable can have so many different intakes based on how it's poured. Now I know that when I've been to, it's hard to say this, but you know, when I've been to Witherspoons to drink Jaipur, they actually, I have to admit, they actually do a good pint of it. We went away a few weekends ago, and we supposed to have just nipped in the Witherspoon, but we stayed there all afternoon because it was raining. God, I'm slurring now, bloody hell. And I just drank Jaipur all afternoon.
I like Wetherspoons. I think they're great for beer, and there's an old story, isn't there, about which I probably won't go into, but broadly speaking, there's talk that a chap left Jaipur, Thornbridge, and Brewdog Punk IPA is a very similar beer, and he went to work there, but. Rather cheekily, a couple of years ago, Wetherspoons put a little font up in each pub with 2 keg lines, one Punk IPA and one Jaipur, and even all those years later, from when it started, the two together, they are similar beers.
To be honest with you, I must have to try a Punk IPA on draft because it's not one of my.
I'm not the biggest fan,
no.
I must admit, but the fact that they both sort of are similar beers is not a coincidence, let's say.
This cask version of this beer is Moorish. It's blending the flavours and balancing it out, and it's making it that seesaw sort of like
dangerous, I'd call it.
Oh, it's so dangerous. I mean, look, there you go. Look, there's the lacing. Look, it's you can. I think
that looks good. Yeah.
You have brewed the perfect Jaipur because it has this signature. I find it has this almost like Guinness. Every sip leaves. Oh my God! I tell you what. Oh. For me,
we're about halfway now, Lee. So
halfway. Shit the bed. Like Janie's going to be like asleep over there. I've never ever like experienced such amazing beer.
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
You're very kind.
Your porter is just phenomenal. I'd like. Do you know what? Thornbridge needs to come and taste this because this is like a really. This is like the Union set doing its thing.
What I think about the Union set is this: that there are hop forward beers, which Jaipur probably is one, and there are malt forward beers, but there are also yeast forward beers. And there aren't many about really, but Weiss beer is a good example. All the flavour is coming from the yeast, cloves and banana and stuff like that. Now, I think that's what the Union set does. It brings the yeast forward, and it reduces the other things. It reduces the malt and it reduces the hop. It knocks the edges off and it brings the yeast forward.
Yeah.
And in a way, I mean, is Jaipur the right beer to do in the Union? Well, of course it is because it's nice, but
I know what you mean.
Taking a hop forward beer and you're playing with it in the Union. So I'm excited to try some yeast forward beers in the Union set. So just yesterday I brewed a Weiss beer and I put it in the Union set, and it'd be really interesting to see what it does with that.
Because I think you're right. I think the yeast has played a part in this beer.
Definitely, you can almost taste it.
But, and I'll be dead honest with you, there's everything Jaipur in here. So you got the grapefruit, you got like pininess, you got the bitterness, you got everything. but then you've got a really rounded, smooth yeast profile. Really,
That's where the danger lies.
yes, it's made it drinkable.
Yes, because it's so smooth, you just can't just help yourself. Oh, I can see.
Well, I just reviewed a beer from a home brewer called Forest Brewing, and they brewed 2 beers.
Yeah.
The same beer. It was called Hug the Cactus, and nobody wants to hug a cactus, do they? The same beer, and the only thing they did differently with that beer is they altered the dry hopping and the yeast, and it was 2 different beers. So we had the same ingredients, the same basically base malt and the yeast. Base malt, the hops and everything. But then they dry hopped it with different hops and they put different yeast in. And I can't believe how much the yeast changed the flavour of the beer.
At the Great British Beer Festival, Elusive Brewery, Andy Parker had done a brilliant experiment. He'd done 4 beers, 4 yeasts, and the same beer, a fairly easy beer, pale and basic if you like, but each one had been fermented with a different yeast, and he gives you a sample of all 4, taste them all, and completely different. It's only the yeast that's different.
And the funny thing is, when we do beer reviews, we always like all the hops, the malts, this, that, and the other. Nobody really talks about the yeast.
No, they don't.
Think it plays a massive
It's massive.
part.
And you don't even think that there are different yeasts, really, do you? You think yeast is yeast, but honestly, it's unbelievable what yeast does to a beer.
But when I watch your videos, you talk about, I think the yeast and the water, they're probably the unforgotten ingredients in home brewers. So say if I wanted to brew a beer, I just think, well, as long as there's yeast in that, it'll ferment, and as long as there's water in it.
The way home brewing's come along in the last 30 years or whatever I've been doing it's unbelievable, because in the old days I'd go to the local homebrew shop and I'd have me a recipe for Bass or whatever, and I'd say, well, have you got Fuggles and have you got North Down and Challenger? And they'd say, no, I've got Northern Brewer, and you get a brown bag, a clear bag of brown hops, and and there'd be no discussion about what yeast to use. In Graham Wheeler's book from the 90s, Brew Your Own Real Ale at Home, it doesn't ever talk about what yeast to use, but now there's so much information you can look into about the yeast, and it does affect it.
Yeah.
And I've tried Tribune with 2 different yeasts, and it makes a big difference to the flavour.
Yeah. Well, I have got definitely, from your cask version of Jaipur, I've got that lingering Jaipur taste.
I've still got
still
it,
there. It's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the finish of a beer. I always talk about a beer. Like, it's fine having a great beer that tastes nice and it's everything else, but it's the finish. It's the finish of the beer that leaves you hanging for more. And I could drink that. If you said to me, right, let's stop filming, we're going to drink Jaipur all night, and I was stopping over, and I was just going to fall over there in that chair, I'd definitely go, yeah, I'll have the cask version of the Jaipur. Amazing.
Missed the Queen's speech again.
Oh, yeah,
So, shall I do us another paddle of different ones?
Yeah, go on then, yeah. Starting to slur now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a fantastic time to end part 1. So please stick around for part 2. Look out for that coming on the channel soon, where Richard will bring out some more frothing ale. And also we tried the ginless, which I was really super excited about as well. Well, you'll have to stick around to see what that's like. So I just want to say a massive thank you to Richard and Roz for basically putting on all their beers. They put every beer on. So I could sample every single one, and that is just phenomenal, because now that they've got to be drank, and it was great that there was people there as well. It was just a fantastic atmosphere. It's an absolutely magical place. It really, really is. And there was food on and everything. I think we got so wrapped up in the beer, I just forgot to eat. And I think Jenny did say that Richard did offer me a hot dog or some food at the end, but I was I'm ready for so honestly, it's been fantastic hosts, and just to watch the joy on the people's faces drinking such brilliant beer. What a neighbour, but Richard And Roz, absolutely lovely. Like, I really enjoyed it. We had a great conversation. And yes, and thank you for I've got 2 bottles of the Joy Pour. One I'm going to review here sober on the channel against the actual Union bottle, when I've not had any beer, so it really brand new palate. And I'm also going to leave one for the recommended 3 weeks that Richard mentioned in the video, for the bottle to sort of like for the beer to condition in the bottle. So absolutely fantastic. It's just been a fascinating journey to meet Richard at Wheatlow Brewery through Brew a Bit Rick. Absolutely great. So yeah, I'll see you in part 2, where Speno will be waffling a little bit more than he is now, no doubt. And yeah, it's probably going to get a little bit messy. I'm looking forward to watching it back myself, actually. Cheers, everybody. Take care, and make sure you drink good beer, because, well, it just ain't worth drinking anything other than good beer, is it? So yeah, cheers, everybody. Take care.